Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first episode for this Instagram Live series that I'm conducting. Now, I have a very simple reason to have this Instagram Lives is to show you that wellness doesn't need to be complicated, it can be simple. So, it is about simplifying health, where I will be getting people with their life stories and how they have changed their life by making small changes and how has it affected them. So today we are going to talk about the strength effect. It is all about strength training and busting the myths around strength training, especially for women. And I have together with me Supriya, who is a certified fitness trainer and a nutritionist, and I will just be inviting her. So give me a moment. We are just waiting for her to join in our Instagram live. Supriya, have you received the invite? Yep, just waiting for. Yes, we have her now.
I'm visible, Meghna.
Yes, Supriya. Hi, how are you?
Audible too? I'm
Yes,
good.
very much.
Just give me a minute. Okay. Some reason it doesn't have.
Yep, just waiting for. Yes, we have her now.
I'm visible, Meghna.
Yes, Supriya. Hi, how are you?
Audible.
Yep, I think you're stuck again. We have lost her. Let me just have a check. I think there is some problem with her connection. Yep, we are
I think
back.
there's some network connectivity issues here.
Yeah, yeah. So, hi, Supriya. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Meghna?
Good. So just to introduce everyone to Supriya, she is a IT professional and she's passionate about health and wellness. And now she is a certified fitness coach and a nutritionist, and she has done her certification in kids nutrition as well. And I think she is just doing more and more and more. So, Supriya, tell us about your journey. Were you always, thinking about getting into this fitness industry, or how did you get into it?
Yeah. So, hello everyone. So, if it's for Australia, it's good afternoon, and if it's India, it's good morning. So I'm Supriya Upadhay. I'm from India, basically in Bangalore. Uh, so this is I was not fitness happened to me by accident because I was overweight, and I was not a sports kid nor an athlete or anyone who was just overweight for a long period of time, and After my post med kit, my weight was just increasing, and I just wanted to lose weight. That was my whole motto of it. And when I started working out at home, I started with cardio. I started, having a lot of issues, but then I just kept on going. I didn't know what way. It was all random and erratic. uh, in that process itself, somewhere, I think 2019, 2020, I just happened to fell in love with strength training. I had been to gym earlier. There were a lot of nuances around it. That's for other topic. But then that led me. So, once I went to started lifting weights at home, there was certain changes. Changes was not beyond my body. My body was changing, but the changes was beyond my body, my physical appearance, my confidence, the way I interact, the way I look at things. Everything started changing. Then that felt amazing. Every day, if you're feeling fresh, you're not anxious, you're not low confident, you are not hesitant to do things, that is something wonderful. That is what we all want, right? So that led me to this journey. And then later on, strength training became so important in my life. I used to get anxious if I was not doing. And then from there, I digged inside, and COVID happened. It was so beautiful that my love for nutrition and strength training improved. So then I took up certification, wanted to dig in deeper, and it is just going deeper and deeper. I got certified, and I'm training now along with others. I'm training myself, and it's beautiful, and it's an ever-ending learning. So that's where strength training is my profound love, I would say.
So when you, started your strength training journey, how did you start? Like, did you like follow something or how was it? Because what I see, frankly, I was always into, yoga and walk. And yoga is, of course, it depends on what kind of yoga you do. It helps with body weight training as well. But as I'm, now I'm 40, so, strength training, is very important because gradually, for women especially, when they get into, before perimenopause, menopause, all those phases, they start losing their muscles because of the hormones that are going up and down. And that's when I started strength training a couple of months back. Like, I was on and off. Probably before that, I had done strength training when I wanted to get married. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, those 3 to 6 months, that's when I did it. And after that, I was like, no, I don't think strength training is for me. And I never did that. So I was more of a person who would do her walks, and then I used to do workouts like home workouts, but nothing like use resistance bands a bit here and there.
Okay.
But I didn't ever have a structure. I used
Okay.
to
Yeah.
do what I feel I wanted to do. So I get up in the morning and I would be like, okay, let me do this or let me do that. Like right now also, of course, I'm gonna get a plan from you. But
Mm.
right now, what I do is like, okay, 2 days or 3 days of strength training and 2 days or 3 days of yoga, and I walk
Yeah.
whenever I have time. But how important it is to have a structure to your workouts, and how does it affect
Yeah.
the results that you see?
Okay. So before jumping into the answering question, let me ask you a question. Like when you said you were working out when during your marriage time, and right now you have started, what difference do you see in it? Did
See,
you feel,
when
if you remember, that was, yeah, you would have a focus, you had a goal in your mind. I could really relate. You want to look good, so that is one thing, right? We all want to lose fat, so that is where we all start our journey. It's always, I think most of us, it's fat loss. If we are not a sports or athlete person, right?
Mm.
For a regular working woman, it's always it is fat loss or to look good. So
So for
the
me, I'll tell you,
that's
during
where.
my wedding, it was more of, just to look fit. Like I was never on like, the obese
Yeah.
side or anything.
Yeah.
But it was a task for me, let me tell you. I had a personal trainer. And
Mm-hmm.
probably that time I had like issues like, low blood pressure and stuff during before marriage. And I used to feel exhausted while doing it. And probably
Okay.
also because I didn't have, I was not like following a nutrition plan, or
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have other mindset, sorted out. It was just okay, you just want to look good. That's what you know at that
Yeah.
age. Like I was
Yeah.
24, and that's what you
Mm.
want. And
Yes.
but now it is more for, feeling stronger from within. And
Yeah.
it's not to, lose weight. It's not to show
Mm.
anyone. It's for yourself.
Mm.
It's for
Yeah. Yeah.
your
Yeah.
own satisfaction and feeling good about yourself.
Yeah. So this is how it happens. A little bit I'll give a gist of what strength training is. Most of us know what strength training is. Today we all have overeducated as I feel, and I also feel everyone our nutritionist, everyone our trainer around us. Because we are influenced by so much of data around. So, but basically, strength training is nothing but you are working against some resistance. No, your muscles do contract and expand. The function of muscle is to contract and then shorten. When we don't work around it, is where our mobility becomes really, really hard. And if you see these days, by age of 30, 35, and 40, people have back pain, knee pain. It's a very common thing. The amount of people who go for rehab is more. It's increasing day by day, and it would increase, because we all are in a sedentary lifestyle. So, and we are aging because of not moving, not aging because of moving. So, yeah, that is the beauty of having a strength training. You need movement. Your muscles are made to move. So that's where we have to exercise it thoroughly and in a format so that we make its function it has to be done, right? If I have a mixer, I need it's for pulsing. I cannot use it for that thing. I need to make it function work. It's the same way for, like, we need our muscles to work. So
Absolutely.
any form of, yeah, any form of training is good, right, with people who enjoy. But the benefit of doing strength training is uh, it improves your metabolism, it improves your lean muscle mass, it wears and tears, a new cell will be formed. It helps your posture. This is for regular thing, right? It is not for someone who's looking for any kind of for a fat loss or anything. This is basics. We need to sit, we know as we age, we need to age gracefully. We don't have to depend on
Absolutely.
someone for a moment. So I always believe movement is medicine.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if I'm doing, yeah, if I do a particular kind of workout, say cardio or something, it's good for my cardiovascular. But I'm only working on my lower body muscles. What about upper body? We have 600 muscles in our no, human structure. And where are we working out towards it? And all our pains, ages are because of weaknesses and instability of muscles. That is where, we feel like we have a knee pain, we go to orthopedician, we get a tablet, we get our vitamin supplements. That is the first thing which will come to our mind. We'll not think about muscle, muscle pain or anything, right? We always think, okay, I'm now sufficient, I am deficient, and I'll give supplements. Doctor will give supplements, and that's done. It doesn't work like that. It's because of muscle weakness. It's not around knee. They are connected muscles.
So
So,
you know what I
that's where.
feel? Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Mm.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
where structuring, that's where coming to your question, it becomes very important to align and structure our workout so we target all these muscles. If I do anything like a cardio or something, which we should add that routine in our thing, I will not say it is not bad, but it only works on one part of your leg, only your leg and calf. So having that entire, even for your particular sport, right? Each and every person's sports require different type of training. For example, if I always give this example of Virat Kohli, he was bulk and he had been body shamed earlier, and the way his sport is not strength training. He's not he has to play, and his game is endurance, right? But how
Right.
did he become fit? The fitness helped him. So strength training is a precursor for him what he's showing on his field. Of course, his practice
Absolutely.
is there. Without practice, nothing comes. But the muscular strength has improved his ability to do it in a more faster way, his endurance for the longer duration. That's
Right.
improved only when no people add strength training. So you have a goal in mind, your mind. It can be a general movement. No, you want to age, as you said, you're hitting 40. Now it's not about beauty or outer looks. It's about you don't have to depend on anyone as you age. So you have to retain your muscles. So when we enter for women, building muscle is very hard, and also muscle losses at very faster rate after 40 because it's all precursor for our menopause, right? And post menopause. So if we have to start as early as possible so the muscle loss can be prevented. I will not say 100% it will prevent. Definitely it's not in nothing. Our hormones do change, right? The
Right.
rate of redemption can be controlled with greater movement so that the premenopause symptoms can be reduced and post-menopause symptoms also can be reduced, and we will be gracefully entering and exiting. and then live on
Absolutely.
with that strength, right? This is how the transition happens. It's a very, very slow and a consistent progression transition. It doesn't give results like this. But if you are very consistent, 3 to 4 weeks, you'll feel that kick of it.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. When
yeah.
I started my strength training, like I did online, but I was consistent for like 1.5 months, like 3 days a week I used to do. So I used to do like, I used to follow my routine. I still don't have a routine, but whatever upper body, lower body, full body workouts.
Yeah.
And I could literally see that toning of muscles, and I could feel that, that strength in me. But also at the same time, what I see is these days everyone wants a shortcut. Like you were saying, people
Yeah.
want to pop a pill and they
Yes.
want to lose weight, they want to stay healthy, they want to get rid of their pains, they want to. I mean, when I look back and reflect back, I feel that okay, first we used to go for manicure, pedicure. Now people
Yes.
have like those gel nails. So 6 weeks, no worry.
No worries.
Everything is a shortcut. Like you take a pill, you start losing weight, or people have meal replacement supplements and lose weight. So people don't have that much time, so
Yeah.
they look for a shortcut. But according to me, shortcuts don't work. Okay, for a long time, they have their own
Yes.
side effects. So if people are talking about, weight loss or hormonal, balance, because I feel strength training does play a good role in that as well. So
Mm.
when we talk about that, how much workout or how much time would they need to, get the results? Like per week, how much time would they need?
Okay. So it's like this. One more thing which always bumps up in my head, right? This health is a two-way traffic. It's never a one way, As a
Okay, I can't hear you. I think you're on mute. I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Yeah. Yeah, now I can hear you again.
now,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
my limit, I forgot to change my limit. I think it might be off.
Okay.
Okay, so strength is always a two-way, not any matter for that health, right? Fat loss, strength training, it's a two-way traffic. You need to work consistently. As you said, right? Yeah, we have a no. We used to go for manicure, pedicure, and also I also feel when we go to parlor, it's an instant result. So people are also looking for this. So for strength training, it's like this. You have to build it very slowly. If you're a beginner, so each person are at different levels. Sometime even though we are beginner, our strength would be more, maybe because we would have played sports at earlier stage of my life. That strength, definitely muscle has memory, right? So your strength might be a different rather than my strength. So no two person can have similar strength. So you have to begin slow. If you're absolute beginner, start slow. No, start. It's not when we say strength training, it's not just a you're a strength training athlete, you'll go lift weights or say go directly lift 4 to 5 kg, 10 kgs. It doesn't work like that. I will for this for I would just take a small deviation why and then I'll come back. So when I was a beginner, you had asked me, right, how do I start my story? So I went to gym. I had absolutely no knowledge of what it is, and I was really plump. I was 80 kg by the time, and I didn't know what strength training is. And the trainer was like, I was doing 2 kg, which was hard for me at that point in time. And he was like, no, you're fat. How can you do 2 kg if you do this? He just started blabbering and he just told me, he was a random trainer. He said, go and pick 4 kgs. And I was like, okay, he's telling, and then I have to do. I just lifted 4 kgs. Within 2 minutes, I was blacked out. I just fell. I didn't know. And they were like, no, you have some issues. Now you have to go do your blood checkup. You have some issues. If not, it doesn't happen. But I went, I did because I was scared. So there was absolutely no, I was absolutely fine. But why did it happen? I'm a new to the gym and my muscles have never worked. I don't know what is, and it is a sudden, 4 kg might look very small, but it's a strong stimulus for a person who are bulk. Or I've
Right.
never worked out. As I said, I'm not a sports person. So it's always start slow. Start with your basic body weight movements. See, strength. Why do we have to train? We sit on a chair. We sit. That's a squat, right? We lift something from our no from whether from down or something from our bucket. That's a deadlift. We put our anything on the top of our shelf. That's a shoulder press. So these are basic moments which we keep using in our daily life. Then what makes it so different? So if I want to make, as I said, movement is medicine. If I want to move better, if I want to lift my child better, no, we want to walk with them, we want to run with them, then that's a part of strength training. So it becomes very important to train those muscles. So start with all body weight movements. As a beginner, start slow. You don't have to rush, but you have to be consistent. Without saying, see, when you worked out for first 2 weeks, you work out only on the basic body weight movements, you would feel like, okay, now I'm very capable enough to lift that another 1 kg dumbbell, lift 1 kg dumbbell. And then you would say, okay, one set I did, second set you would feel, okay, this is easy, but keep it easy, don't rush, keep it gentle. Then for the next day, when you do the same training, now try to lift 2 kgs. That would be more easy. You might not be able to hit the same reps like in the previous week because the load is definitely heavier. Go low on reps and then build progressively. That's very important. In strength training, what happens is more important is form. That's very important. I'm very, very, very particular about the form. So people, what they do is they want to lift weights. There are two things. They want to just lift weights, progressive overload. Okay, TK ho gaya. Next week I'll lift weight. Next week I'll lift weight, and they forget about the form. If
Hmm.
I'm not working on the form, my muscles will not work properly. And if I'm not targeting right muscles, and if I'm fatiguing but just by lifting weight, then what's the point of working out?
Right.
That will lead to injury, and that injury will make us feel that, okay, if I lift weight I will be injured, then why should I do that? It's all
Right.
relative. So first, when you learn body weight, you have an NFC, it's an open space. You have the mindset. Now you are fresh. You can learn the form. Because form, even when you lift 50 kg, 100 kg, it should be exact same as how you lift on a body weight squat. Body weight squat, 50 kg, 100, 150, it should look same. It should, yes, the load varies, slight angle will change, but the entire movement, structure, muscle working is the same. It
Right.
doesn't change, right? So that is very important. Learn the form. Start with basics. Keep it very simple. Every week, journal it. So one more thing people don't do is they don't journal. You go to gym or you work out at home, right? Always remember to journal it. This day, this is the exercise I did. This is the sets I did. This is the reps I did. This was my form. Also, do video of your own form and send it to your trainer. Because we all pay a lot for our trainers, right? So we have to make utilize of them. Question their program. How is this helping me?
Right.
Is my form correct? It's a very tedious. Okay, take video, one rep stop. It's okay. You don't have to edit. We are not no going and sending it to somewhere outside. You're just sending to your trainer. Make an habit. Take a video, send it, ask the questions. Is my form correct? Am I doing it in the right way? Journal your form, your technique. How did you feel? And one more thing, Meghna, like when I ask people to work out at home, people also feel it's very boring. So, Priya, there's no music around, and it's very boring to do strength training. Group classes are fun, so it's good, if you want to do, because you see others vibe, you feel like you're doing it. But for me,
Right.
what I feel, it's my personal opinion, do strength training on your own, in your own space. It's a mind muscle connection. So
Right.
it's a meditation process. No, you start learning, okay, I am doing a squat. My joints moving correctly? Am I coming up? How am I breathing it? It's meditation. And you will start loving your body because now you're connecting to your body.
Right.
That's wellness, right? So
Right,
connecting
right.
your
I
mind,
agree.
muscle,
I
body
agree.
is your wellness.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
And I agree to it,
that's
because right now I'm following like, online videos, right? Till we have a
yeah.
plan in place.
Yes.
And I feel I'm rushing according to their timing,
Yes,
then doing
exactly.
it. And for me, yoga is because I know yoga. So it
Mm.
is, it is my own connection with myself, my mind, body, soul connecting. But when I do a workout, it is like, okay, because generally, when you go online,
Yes.
it's like, oh, 20 minutes workout, 30 minutes. So you're like,
20
oh,
minutes
okay, it's
workout.
gonna, and so you
Exactly.
just have
Yeah.
to, they have a 45 seconds
By
rest in
45 minutes. Yes.
between and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, like I feel, yeah, it has to be. And similarly, like we were on a holiday, so we as a family went to the gym there
Mm,
in
mm,
Thailand.
mm,
And
mm,
then my husband was guiding me because he has been strength training for years now.
mm, mm,
And that
mm.
was very different to what I do online. So after coming
Right.
back from the holiday, I I actually took some time to go back to the online videos
Mm.
because it was too quick for me then.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
when you're
yeah.
doing it by yourself, you're connecting,
Dorset, yes.
you're more conscious.
Yes.
And when you say about that taking that small steps, I feel wellness as a whole, that's what even I do in my coaching. You don't need to start doing everything at once. You
Yeah.
need to take those small steps in such a way that it becomes your lifestyle.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
all of us have enough, too many things to do already. We have, like, everyone has their own kind of stress, everyone
Hmm.
has things to do, responsibilities, and you don't want to add one more stressor. So you want, this, like, whatever, it's a workout, it's food, it's sleep, everything is something good that you're doing for yourself to age gracefully and to stay healthy and independent. So it has to become your lifestyle, rather something that, oh, I am with Supriya for, like, this 3 months. And after that, I'm
Yes.
like, oh, thank God it's over. You don't want that to happen. And
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
where I feel like, taking those small steps is actually going to take you, like, on a ladder, you can't climb 10 steps at a time.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to go step by step, which people, again, they want quick results. So they think, if I skip, I will get better results.
Yes.
If I skip,
Yes.
I'll get better results. But I don't think it works that way. It's so much about the mindset
Yeah.
that people have to realize that wellness is a journey for life.
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
is there is no end to it, because it's, when you say journey for life, it has to be your lifestyle, right?
Yes.
Rather than just thinking, oh, it's like a 2-month program, 3-month program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also like, that's where the beauty of it is when people take program. See, we do understand why do people come for coaches, right? They don't know anything. So it's our responsibility to teach them, right? It's also
right.
their responsibility to ask. It's not their passion. So maybe I'm passionate about strength training because that's where my fat loss, from fat loss I went to certification because I'm passionate. Yes, I do agree. Everyone are not passionate about this. They would be passionate about different things. That is their own priority, but this is something they're working on there. See, for any other passion to work, they need their body and mind in at a place, right? So on this, if you do a shortcut, okay, take us, as you said, we'll do 20 minutes video, we'll do, because I did that. I did lot of online videos. 2016 to 2019 I did online videos. I was not losing weight. I was doing because I wanted to do. As I said, something has to be there. So just do
Hmm.
fast, fast, fast. That high IT cardio, I hate today because it's good. It is good for my cardiovascular health only because that fastness created a hush and rush in me.
Hmm.
Strength training is a very slow paced in my own way. Take sufficient rest, then go give that muscle recovery, then that muscle kick comes in.
Right.
And then you start seeing the progress. Once you start seeing the progress, you're right, it becomes more and more rhythmic. That rhythm will align, even though we are not passionate. As anyone who wants to be healthy or lose fat or have that movement ability, start learning. Whenever coach gives, this is my, always I say, whenever I coach, I'll ask, please ask questions. I do explain why I'm doing this exercise, for which muscle. You should build
Hmm.
that awareness. It's okay. I'm
Yes.
doing an online class now. You're working with me. I'll be telling do squat, do reps, everything. But if you're not knowing for what this exercise is being done, you believe me, trust me, that's absolutely in a good place. But you won't be there with me for lifelong, right? At the
Right.
day you will go out of it. Then to do on your own, the transition should happen from the day one.
Absolutely.
See,
Absolutely.
now instead of thinking like if I ask someone, if I explain everything, people will go. This is a fear a lot of personal trainers do have. They don't teach their clients because there is a fear. See, there also comes the fact that that is their earning also. I don't criticize them for that, but people don't ask questions and they don't teach also with the fear that if the client goes away. I'm
Hmm.
not in at the fearful space. See, here I have come here to build awareness, to build strength. So, as many people as I teach, I cannot let hold a short bunch for a long time, right? I need to flourish. I need to build that awareness. So, I need
Right.
to educate them. So, if I educate some, they will educate the other person. So, that education rotation happens. And that's how the main purpose of how fitness has helped me. I want to help other people in a genuine way. That's where for
Right.
me, form is very important. I spend on certification, spend on mentorship because it's not something I would never sacrifice on my form or pain and just go and lift.
Yeah, yeah. And that's
So
what I
this
think online videos lack there, because of that
yes,
speed.
yes,
It's like, that form doesn't come. I mean, I have been looking for, like, uh, the slow videos online, I have not found anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's where, I feel like, so I think last 1.5 year, 2 years, I had like a yoga trainer who I used to take like one-on-one twice a week. Now I have, I am good with my yoga, poses. I know what I have to do basically.
Yeah.
I do a couple of workshops and stuff. And now my focus is more towards strength training that, along with yoga, because yoga has its own space and this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like it has its
This
own
is, yeah.
space. So a lot of time people say, no, which I also used to say, I was like, no, I'm just
Mm.
into yoga. Strength training is
Yeah.
not my forte. That I really used to say that. But now, like, I have started enjoying it. So
Yes.
yeah, like because I do it early in the morning, sometimes I don't have that energy to do it. So then if I want to just go in a peaceful way, then I would do my yoga. But again, I feel
Yeah.
if I am doing it by myself, like, once we have a plan and I am connecting
Mm.
with myself and doing strength training, it will
Yeah.
be similar to what I do for yoga.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and the another thing, this as you were talking, right? So, one more mistake which people do, right? When they want to do workout, be it early morning. Usually, most of us do early morning or in the evening. When they do, they don't have anything before. It's
Mm.
like an empty stomach training. But strength training, even I would say for cardio, have something. You need some carb. Load yourself because you are going and working out for 40 minutes. Your muscles will get fatigued. That is where even in the early morning you would be in a fasted state for 8 hours. 8 to 7 hours, 6 hours, whatever the
Oh,
sleep
I'm
cycle
in
is.
I'm in a
But
fastest state for like 12 hours.
yeah, and then when you strength train, definitely you will enter into your fatigue.
Yeah.
So you should have it. It's always good. Have something, load yourself. That gives energy to do workout. For that 40 minutes, you will feel great. If
Yeah, I
not,
think,
fatigue
I
kicks
have
in.
I have heard about this, but for me, what happens is like, frankly, like, so I do have hypothyroid, okay? So I get up
Mm.
in the morning, I have my medicine, then I have to wait for half an hour before I have
For half an
anything,
hour, yeah.
right? And then comes like the kids' school time. So you have to pack
Mm.
lunches. So it's like,
Mm.
it just becomes that spiral because I don't know if after eating something, can you directly work out
Yeah,
or you need
sure.
to
Absolutely.
wait?
No, no waiting. So strength training doesn't want anything. So
Okay.
see, you'll just load. You are not going and no doing anything. You just lift weight. Say you are doing an ab squat. Whereas you need that energy to do it. Even though if you're doing a body weight squat for any reps, as you progress, when fatigue kicks in very fast. If I'm not
So,
energized.
so except
So
for like I
it's
know,
not very heavy
Mhm.
also. It's not like too full. A
Right.
slice of bread with banana would work. No,
Okay.
or half banana apple would work. Something. So,
Okay.
or caffeine will work, caffeine with one bread, anything that would work. So just keep that. And then after you work out, come and have your good meal, protein meal, or any meal, whatever you are having. So that would also help us. So because
R-
if not, I've seen when people work out, they become very fatigued because then that entire session is waste. You
Right.
should, we can't take that. First of all, we are loaded with information where we do junk volume, lot of
Mm.
reps. As I said, right, when I say lifting weights without right form, if you're doing it's a fatigue, and
Right.
it's always not the right format. So
Right.
having something would
So
always
basically
help.
you need to have some form of carbs before you do it.
Yes, yes.
Right.
I think that
Right.
that will give you an instant energy for another 40-45 minutes is always good to have. You would see the difference when you do that. It's just that feeling good. Even
Yeah, so it's
sometimes
I
I
think I think for me it is just, because I do yoga and weight training alternate days. So the whole
Mhm.
routine changes because yoga has to be empty stomach.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't eat and do it. And for strength training, it is more. And I do my, Shambhavi Mahamudra, for which you need to be empty stomach. So generally, I do it
Mm.
after the workout. So it is like,
Okay.
just figuring out,
Hmm.
okay, now what should I do first? Should I eat?
Yeah.
Should I do this? Should I do that? So
Yeah.
that's,
So
I think
probably if
that's,
you can plan your days of strength training separately,
yeah,
not merging with anything. See, again,
yeah,
when I say strength training, it need not be 6 or 7 days. That's another myth.
right,
As a beginner, have a 5-day workout. Good enough because you're a beginner. You need that movement. You need the rhythm every single day. If not, you will become demotivated. If I say, okay, 3 days of strength training is good enough. You need recovery. So as you progress in weights and sets and volume and rep, and only I'll also say, Meghna, only strength training benefit will happen when you do a progression overload. This
Right.
is another thing which I have seen is now women, at least men will say, okay, they have that ego to lift. They'll say, I'll go and keep lifting. Right or wrong is again a debatable secondary part. But women spend a lot on personal trainers. They are training from years, but they are fear to lift. They don't go beyond 5 or 10 kgs. It's a boundary which they have put. If you're
Is
working in a home, even if I ask people who are working get dumbbells, they are in a boundary. That pink dumbbell stays with them. It's like, okay, I have one, two kg dumbbells, and I'm doing, but you will not see, you don't see why. See, it's something like this which I've analyzed. As a child, you learn A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. Is that enough? Why do we have classes? Then why that complexity increases? Your mental ability to think, your mental muscles
right.
should work, right? The new neurological connection happens. So I know to use 1 kg, 2 kg, my muscles know it. Then if I'm going to add more, how much volume we can add? Say I cannot do 100 reps, right? It is really bad to do 100 reps. So
Right.
you have to increase that weight. When you increase new weight, new neurological connection happen, new muscle growth happens. When muscle growth happens, what happens? See, muscle growth takes absolutely long time. I say strength, so with little bit of muscle changes happens. Okay, so muscle growth happens. So when muscles increase gradually, what happens? Fat burns, absorption
Mm.
of oxygen improves, our metabolism improves, our hormone response to the stimulant improves. It's all psychological there, and 24 effects of hours of muscle burning happens post workout.
Right.
A lean muscle increase. Now fat will burn, lean muscle will increase. So the and our joint movement will increase. Will start. Our aging also reduces.
Right.
So these are all the benefits that happen, and this can only happen when you progressively overload. You cannot
Yeah.
be in that boundary and then say, I'm not seeing what does strength training. When people say, strength training, I'm doing functional. I go to group classes where we do strength training. See, group classes, people can't focus on each and every one form. Neither of us,
Right.
as you said, right? Even when you see a video, it's like I'm doing with them and I'm
Right.
just finishing it. I am not connecting myself. When you don't connect, you will not know the benefits of it. It's
Right.
not something that happens magically. It's then when that is where I say write down, then connect, and then progressively. You should not be fearful. You have a trainer, make use of him. Say, I want to lift certain weights, just stand behind me.
Right.
No, it's only the fear of fall, right? Your injuries also will be, if your form is correct, you will see the amazing benefits. So we women, we put a lot of restrictions right now. Everyone knows like strength training is beneficial. It makes them to look more toner and younger, but still they are in a bracket of
But I
fear
think
of
also,
lifting weight.
and somewhere I think women also have that fear of not looking very muscular, and we don't want muscles like men if
Yeah.
we are carrying too much weight. What about that?
No, we women cannot put on muscles. We have very minimum testosterone hormone, and testosterone hormone is required for a huge muscle build.
Mm.
And adding muscle, adding fat doesn't within 1 week. If I continuously overeat, I can add 1 gram of fat, but 1 gram of muscles take 1 year. So it is
Mm.
potentially not possible for women to look bulky. So even if you see someone in online who are extremely bulky, they do take steroids. It's like certain bodybuilder or women who has that physique.
Mm.
If not, naturally, it's impossible to look like men. We don't
Mm.
have the hormone production to go to that bulk state, so we don't have to fear about it. You get that aesthetic look, as I
Right.
said. So it's even we in the how much ever we say, right, looks doesn't matter. But the time when we go look in the front of mirror, we feel that confidence. That confidence. When we look toner, we feel confident. It is an external factor, but that is very internal to each one of us. Even though
Right.
how much ever we say this doesn't affect us, but definitely when you feel better, other all things
And
around you
also,
also
I
will
think
feel
when you
better,
look
right?
at yourself, that way, you know that you're doing something good for your body, you
Yes,
know.
yes, yes,
So you feel more confident, your self-worth goes up because,
yes,
most of the women I work with have, either low self-confidence or self-worth issues or self-love issues. And when you are doing all of this, and as you said,
yes.
although this is an external factor, it affects you internally.
Internal,
So
yes,
that's what it does, apart from, helping you live a healthy life. That's
yes,
so
yes, yes.
important. So,
It also
tell me
radiates in
one,
other
yeah,
areas of life, right? Now
yeah,
that is self-love. So that's where when then your response to your family becomes more. So your surroundings become, you will become more aware of your surrounding, what is happening. Because right
Right.
now you are observing yourself during a workout. Now you'll become more observant of your surroundings. It's a ripple effect. It's a magnificent effect. It's
Right.
like beyond strength, right? It's not something that comes with
Yeah.
training. These things are the byproducts of training.
Right. And tell me one thing before we end our, live session. Um, After workouts, I know we should be having proteins, which I tell my clients as well.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest? Do you suggest, proteins in a natural form, or do you suggest proteins in case like protein powders and protein shakes?
Mm.
What is your suggestion?
See, always hit protein is very important in any form. So
Right.
hit it through naturally through foods. 1 gram of your body weight. If you're strength training, you can go up to 1.2. Based on the intensity of workout, you can go to 1.2, 1.5. I go around 1.5 to 1.8. So
Mm.
my always first priority is hit protein through your food. Say for a vegetarian, I'm a vegetarian, I cannot hit my protein through food. Then I do take supplements. I do go for a protein powder because it fulfills my need, right?
Right.
So it's not a meal replacement, or it's not a bulking agent or a thinning agent. It's a protein. I'm not able to hit from my food right now. I'm not able to hit my macros. I'm going to take supplement. It's as simple. If you're able to hit 1 gram easily, if you're a non-vegetarian having eggs, cheese, chicken, if you're able to, you don't have to depend on supplement. Only supplement is, see, availability is faster. If I'm a busy person, on the way I'll go and
Right.
I'll shake, I'll drink. I don't have to think about what to cook, what is the source, right? So it's
Right.
more feasible. But if your first is priorities through food, if you're hitting is good. If not, go for a supplement. There's nothing harm in it.
Mm. Right.
That's it. I think we make
Oh,
things too way
too
complicated. I think,
complicated.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
nutrition and training is actually, it's always follow basics. You have
I
thousands of
completely, I
exercise
completely
online.
agree. I completely agree because I see sometimes, because a lot of times it's just not about nutrition and training. It's so much. I would say it is more than all this. It's the mindset. Once your mindset is, right, then everything is going to work because, then you won't feel anything that you're doing for yourself is a task, first of all.
Yeah,
And when you have that frequency, that vibration of doing things for yourself with love because you
yeah.
want to and not because you have to do it,
Mm,
and things just work wonders because then automatically you will have time to eat healthy, you will have time for workout, you will have time for your meditation. So it's just like, getting to that point of knowing why you want to do it and why
mm,
you are there.
yeah,
And just when you fall off the wagon, which everyone does at some point of
yeah.
time, looking back at that why and getting up again and doing it and not giving it up.
Giving
Because
it up.
a lot of people think like, if, oh, I was on holiday now again I have to start.
Yeah.
It was a failure for me that I couldn't do it, but that's okay. That's okay,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
just start.
Consistency need not be 360 degrees, 360 days, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like we all fall. See, I can say I'm a strength training. Do I have? I do have my own like. If you see, day before yesterday morning, I didn't want to wake up. I wanted extra sleep. Does that mean I'm not? Then I did at home. I didn't go to gym. I know I can do at home. I did it at home. It need not be same thing. Also, one more thing which I feel is, Meghna, people have made everything complicated. Nutrition, they have made it is very complicated. See, a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of influencers are there. This is bad. Like I'll say, I really don't give shit. I am in this box for basics. If you see my fitness page, my work, I just post my workouts, and it is always same routine. See, I
Hmm.
have to master and build in the same routine. Today I'll do one exercise, tomorrow I'll do another fancy exercise, tomorrow I'll do. Then there is no progression. How will I track my progress?
Right.
It's the same routine will give you the result. It's not the fancy things. Wherever we keep progressing and we know, okay, certain weaknesses are around, then we'll change the structure of our program. We'll plan our program according to our muscle groups.
Right.
The basic movements remains basics, and we keep doing same thing. My food is
Yeah.
always same. So because that's how your habit is built, right? See, that is very when it comes to nutrition, we can keep things very simple, but we have diversified our flavors. Then we have to think which is healthy. With that flavor, I want healthy. With this flavor, that has made nutrition also a complex thing. You stick to basics.
Yes.
If you see any best athlete, right, they eat same thing.
Same
They
thing.
don't change their menu, right? Why?
And
They
we
have
have
like
like, I have like a
yes,
menu for the whole week.
yes,
Oh, this day, this day,
this,
this. Because, of
yeah.
course, for me, it is now it has become
Okay,
like,
yeah.
as long as I'm fulfilling my macros,
Yes.
I'm getting the
Yeah,
nutrition.
if you're if you have that, okay, you have worked around your basics with that, whatever magic you can create is good. If
Exactly.
not, stick to basics. That is absolutely good.
Yeah.
You can diversify it because it becomes complicated. When this thing becomes complicated, I have to do this different exercise. Now today I have to learn new thing. Then now I have to go to gym or I have to learn this video, then do at home. It becomes very risky. Then if you learn one form over, then it's an advancement. Then you know, okay, this is this, and now I'm doing a, say for example, I'm doing a body weight squat. Then after a 4 weeks, I'll do a sumo squat. Now it's only the stance change. Now you
Right.
would have understood. So today, if I do body weight squat, tomorrow I do a sumo squat, tomorrow I do other crusty lunge, I will do a body weight lunge, I'll do a lunge walk. If you keep changing, because we see, right, we see we have to target this muscles, and if I keep changing the routine, then how do I progress? And there comes complexity. There comes the thinking of I should learn this, I don't know. Then the time constraint, then the fall,
Right.
everything happens. But if you stick to your basics, then progress, it's always easier.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
that's what
And
my routine is always basics. My food is basic. My
yeah.
lifestyle is like my workout is basic. I've sorted it out. I work around that. There also hiccups will come. I'm sorry. I will work accordingly based on the need and demand how my body is responding. But I wouldn't change it just like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to actually conclude this, by
Yeah.
saying that, we don't need to complicate wellness, and that's
Yes.
what I always tell, my clients, and that's what my vision for my own brand is like, to simplify things.
Yeah.
Just simplify things, work on the basics, as you said, and you see how things will just unfold for you in a good way,
Yeah.
right? And
Yes.
just last thing before we go, I know, Supriya, you do group workout sessions, you do
Yeah.
one-on-one sessions online as well. So anyone who wants to connect, I'm going to put her handle on the, recording. But before we leave, Supriya, one thing that you would want to tell everyone who is watching this, just a one takeaway from a perspective of strength training, what would it be?
Just don't put yourself in a box. Come out of the box and start working out, lifting weights, and just progress. Don't stop. It is not something you will leave for 12 weeks or anything. It's for your life. It's because I always say movement is medicine. You'll age because you don't move. That's my one takeaway, you know, for this session.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Supriya,
you,
for being
Megha.
here. It was so, so lovely
Thank
talking to
you
you,
so
although
much.
we
Yeah.
know each other, but we have not spoken so much before.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
So it
Yeah.
was really good to know your perspective, and I'm sure, like, I'm waiting for your plan. So yeah, we'll start
Yeah,
soon
yeah,
as
definitely.
well.
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much,
All
Meghna. Thank you
right.
for
Thank you,
having
Supriya,
me.
for
Bye
being
bye.
here. Bye.
You have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, bye.